So what's up YouTube, welcome to my channel, Complete Tech Review, and welcome to another video where I'm going to talk about two topics. The first one being the automatic gearbox, and if you are at a speed and if you are in the driving mode and accidentally if you switch into a reverse gear, how does the gearbox cope up with, and that too especially in the Renault AMT variant. And the second topic would be, is it better to drive in the manual mode for the automatic gearbox or else leave it at a D, which is the automatic mode? So which is better? So that is also I'm going to check out in this video. So stay tuned till the end of the video. So I've started the car, and as you can see, it is neutral. N stands for neutral, and I've engaged D. So yeah, so after engaging D, the car has an auto creep function, so it automatically pushes the car and maintains the speed which is less than 10 kilometers. So which is good. It helps in bumper to bumper traffic. So now let me increase the speed, and let me see if I engage the reverse gear by accident, what happens. So as you can see, the speed is close to 10 to 12 kilometers and it is in D. The speed is picking up to 19 and 20. So now in this I will engage reverse. So it says R on the MID, but nothing happens. The gear is still there, and as you can see, the car is still moving forward, but the gear is not slotted. So yep, so that's how it is. It engages the gear, but it disengages the gear, but it doesn't slot into reverse. It just beeps saying that that we have to shift, we have shifted in the wrong gear. So that's what it is. So I'll test it again with a little more speed. Okay, so I am at 22 and then I moved it to reverse. Yeah, so immediately the gear, the drive, the forward gear is disengaged and it is in neutral. So yep, that's how it is. So let me try it once again. So now I am at a good speed, at around 20 to 25 kilometers. So let me further increase the speed. So at 26 kilometers, I have put it in reverse. Yep. So it slots into the reverse gear, but it doesn't engage the gear. So that's the plus point. I don't recommend you doing this because, there is a malfunction which is, and that's why the warning is coming up. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it every often. So there is no major impact as such where your gearbox is getting spoiled or something, or the gearbox is getting disengaged. So that is there, but this is like a safety mechanism just built in for, I believe, all the automatic cars, especially the AMT gearboxes. So which is a nice feature, and it certainly gives a little bit peace of mind, because at the end of the day, the gear only reverses, or the reverse gear will make a lot of difference when you're at a speed. And if you do this in a manual car, yes, at that time the entire gearbox gets jammed. So I don't recommend you to do this, but this was just a small trial that I wanted to show that for a Renault Triber AMT, this safety option is enabled, and you can certainly be at rest that your gearbox will not be spoiled, or neither you will have any issues with that. But as a caution, don't do this multiple times. This was just a test. So a couple of important things that you have to keep in mind when you are driving an automatic gearbox. Number one is that always, if you are engaging in D mode, your brake pedal should be completely engaged, and that is when the gearbox engages into D. This is actually a mechanism which is built into all automatic gearbox. So that's number one. Number two is that if you are in drive mode and if you are going at speed, and at that moment if you accidentally engage the reverse gear, at that moment also the gear doesn't engage, it slots into R in the MID, but you get a beep sound saying that you are at the wrong gear, but the car still keeps going forward, so it doesn't engage the gear, which is a good sign. And this is more like a safety mechanism which is built into the automatic gearbox. And number three is that if you are still a gear always in an automatic gearbox engages unless you hold the brake. So initially we have to hold the brake, so that's where the gear gets engaged. But if say you are at a speed in D and you are going at a speed and then you slowly slot in the brake, and at that time if you engage the reverse gear, still at that moment your reverse gear will not be engaged. Only when you come to a dead stop, and if the brake is still there, that is when after your dead stop the reverse gear automatically engages. So these are the three things that you have to look for when you're driving the automatic gearbox. Basically these are in some cases these are the safety tips or safety mechanisms which are built into the gearbox itself. So now let's check out the manual mode and the convenience of driving in a manual mode. So that's something that we will check it out right now. So I've slotted the vehicle or the gearbox in D, and right now it is the gears are shifted automatically, and if I want to move it to M, I can still go ahead and do that. All I have to do is move it into manual, and then it shows that in which gear I am. So currently I am in the first gear. So as you can see, it is for the first gear. And then if I have to change another gear, all I have to do is downshift, and then it moves to the second gear. And likewise third, fourth and fifth comes across, so third gear is also there. So one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to be in the appropriate speed to slot into the right gear, because I'm in less than 10 kilometers, it is able to chug along in the first two gears. But if I have to move for third gear, it beeps and it doesn't allow me to change to a lower gear. So having said that, driving it in manual mode helps when you are at an incline. So this certainly helped me when I was doing the Nandi Hills vlog. So here we can slot the gear and the split second change of gears. Here we will with the help of the manual mode, we can be rest assured that we can change the gears automatically based on our convenience and based on the inclination. So that is where the manual gearbox helps. And apart from that, slotting in D in the regular city conditions, that is something which is the most preferred one, because the gears automatically changes. But yeah, you can still go ahead and change through the driving options based on the manual mode. So that is our plus point, and yeah, so that also is there. I hope you found this video useful and you've learned something informative about the Triber. If you do so, please like and subscribe to my channel. This is Kevin signing off, and see you in the next one. Bye.